Hi everyone, and welcome to the Monday Notebook for August 11th right here on uscowboy.com. I'm Dan Miller. There was a trifecta of PRCA Playoff Series rodeos over the weekend, spread out across Oregon, Utah, and New Mexico with the Farm City Pro Rodeo, the Cache County Fair and Rodeo, and the Lee County PRCA Rodeo. Among the highlights were a pair of 90-plus point rides from Brody Wells, two new number ones in the timed events, and Wacey Schalla continuing to push to make the national finals in two events. Saddle Bronc rider Brody Wells moves up to number 7 in the world after a 3-win weekend. Wells had 4 wins entering the weekend and left with 7 after he rode Annual News for 90 at the Farm City Rodeo, Larry Culpepper for 91 at the Lee County PRCA Rodeo, and Pendleton Roundup for 87.5 points at the Bozeman Stampede. The 3 victories combined to pay him over $24,000, and he now has 3 rides of 90 or more on the year, with 2 of them on Larry Culpepper. Steer wrestler Will Lummus has a big weekend to get to number 1 in the world standings. The Mississippi native made runs of 4-1, 3.6, and 3.8 at the Farm City Pro Rodeo and Cache County Fair and Rodeo to power himself to number 1, knocking off Tucker Allen, who has held the spot since his victory in Houston. Lummus won Cache County, which paid him $3,741 and added another $11,783 for second in Hermiston. Wacey Schalla climbs to number 13 in the PRCA bareback riding world standings. He closes in on Stetson Wright in the bull riding. Schalla has been a factor in the bull riding and all-around race all year, but has now come out of nowhere in the bareback riding. Less than a month ago, he was outside the top 25, and he is now comfortably in the top 15 after a weekend that saw him make rides of 86, 88, and 89.5 points to be victorious at the Farm City Pro Rodeo and the Lawton Rangers Rodeo. Since the finals of Cheyenne, he has made 5 rides of 88 points or better, and has also made a 90-point ride in Lawton to win the bull riding over the weekend, and is now within $1,500 of Stetson Wright. Riley Webb extends his lead in the PRCA tie-down roping world standings with a win at the Farm City Pro Rodeo. Webb was 8.6 and 7.9 in Hermiston to get his second playoff series win in Oregon on the season. He was 1/10 better than Tanner Green and won over $15,000 for the win. For the weekend, he won 6 checks, at least $1,500 or more, and 5 runs faster than 9.0 seconds. He leads Shad Mayfield now by $22,000. Bareback rider Cole Franks makes 4 straight rides of 85 points or better to finish in the top 3 at 4 rodeos. There's no other way to describe the 24-year-old this summer than rock solid. He proved that once again over the weekend. He won the Lee County PRCA Rodeo with 87.5 points on Pink Smoke, and then added $4,371 for second in Sikeston, $2,257 for third in Lawton, and $4,189 for second in Missoula. Now, since July, he has made 15 straight rides of 82 points or better. And bull rider Hayes Waite covers 4 of 6 to crack the top 5 in the world standings. Waite has been terrific since he rode 2 bulls for 90-plus to win Salt Lake City at the end of July. Now, over the weekend, he won $2,678 at the Jerome County Fair and Rodeo, $1,281 at the Missoula Extreme Bulls, and $4,623 at the Caribou County Rodeo, and $6,099 at the Cache County Fair and Rodeo, which he won with an 89.5 point ride. The Utah native now has 3 victories in his home state for the year, and he sits number 4 in the world. And Rocker Steiner returns from injury. He wins the Sikeston J.C. Boot Heel Rodeo. Steiner went home for a weekend to heal up from some nerve damage and returned with a bang, 89.5 points to get the win in Missouri. It paid him $6,557, and he now leads world number 2 Bradley Miller by $56,000 in the world standings. Tanner Tomlinson moves back to number 1 in the team roping header world standings. The number 1 spot on the head side has been changing hands almost weekly between Derek Begay and Tanner Tomlinson. And Tomlinson pulled back ahead with checks in Bozeman, Hermiston, and Jerome over the weekend. As it stands today, it's Tomlinson with $147,807 and Begay with $141,846. We'll see what happens next week. And that's going to do it for the Monday Notebook for August 11th right here on US Cowboy. I'm Dan Miller. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you next week.